Right, folks, this is GX Bob again, miking up at the last minute to show you guys another issue I just came across. This is totally unplanned and totally unexpected because my truck won't start. I came out here on my way to pick up my $3 whore of a hooker date, and I just pushed the start button and it wouldn't start. And I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to investigate what could be the problem from scratch, from ground zero. So we know from our last video, it was obviously my car battery. And I went to Costco and I replaced it with a brand new Interstate battery, brand spanking new. Literally the battery is like 3 or 4 weeks old, okay? We know it wasn't the alternator. We tested the alternator and it was fine. And battery, alternator, really good, right? The car wouldn't start, the truck wouldn't start. So my next thing to do is turn on my lights. Lights wouldn't turn on. I know I didn't leave the doors open. I didn't leave anything open or anything on to drain the battery, but that's the first thing we are going to check is the car battery. So let's go ahead and open up the hood and check it out. Make sure everything's tight. We definitely want to make sure everything is not loose. Wiggling it, making sure the lever is tight. Nothing is out of the ordinary, nothing flew off. I'm also looking at my fuse box back here that is hooked up to my aux beam gang channel switch control panel to see if anything popped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hook up a multimeter to this and check the battery one more time. Maybe it drained, I don't know. I got to check off all the boxes before I move forward. So I'm grabbing positive side, I'm grabbing negative side, and it is reading 0. Could it be switched? It's still reading 0. It's reading 0, folks. It's because I'm hooked up to an air fryer. I just wanted to see how stupid you guys are. And just from reading all the comments in some of my videos, some of you guys are pretty stupid. In my workplace, I'm pretty much told all the time that there are no such thing as stupid questions. But God damn it, if you go through my comments section, there are some pretty stupid questions. So let's go ahead and get rid of the air fryer. Let's hook it up to a multimeter, guys. And I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 of you that's going to say, well, Bob, I mean, did you have the air fryer plugged up? Guys, I love my air fryer and everything. It makes great chicken wings. I swear to God, it makes the best chicken wings in the world, but it doesn't check your car battery voltage. Just letting you guys know that in case some of you guys do ask me in the comments section, and I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to give up. So folks, we are going to connect our probes directly to the car post, the car battery post, positive to positive, negative to negative, and we are getting a reading of 12.66, which is excellent. This means my car battery is brand spanking new, as it should be, because I just bought it a few weeks ago. So now, not only are we going to check the volts at the post, we are going to check the connections, okay? So we are going to check it from the wire harness to the post, wire harness to the post. Let's go ahead and check negative first. We are going to put the negative probe to our wire harness of the vehicle. We should get 12.5 or more. It reads 12.67, which is great. Now we're going to check the positive side. We're going to put the negative to the car battery post. We're going to take the positive side and we're going to check the wire harness of the truck here, and we should get 12.5 or more. And it reads 0.830. So what does this tell us, folks? This tells me that the connection from the wire harness to the post there is an obstruction. So what I didn't tell you guys last time was I replaced the negative side of my post. I replaced the negative terminal for the negative post because I found a lot of corrosion. I didn't do that to the positive side because it still ran good. The positive side, I didn't even bother. I didn't want to buy, you know, I'm cheap that way. I didn't want to spend another $5, $6, $7 to buy another clamp. So I just replaced the one that was obviously corroded, and that worked for 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, the positive side started to get corroded, and it didn't occur to me that we should have always changed everything in pairs. If we're going to do the negative, we might as well do the positive clamp. So I went ahead and bought a positive side clamp to replace it with. Here is the clamp kit that I purchased. I bought one for the negative side that looked exactly like this. I'll give you guys a link. But it's pretty straightforward. It's just going to replace the positive clamp side right here. Gives all the hardware, the Allen key, and it also gives us this little red donut, which helps out a lot. Anti-corrosive element, right? So let's go ahead and start replacing this. I'm going to want to start taking everything off. Don't lose anything here. Just in case, we're going to have to reuse some of this stuff. Take off that. Our main battery power. I have additional stuff that you guys might not have. This is for my aux beam switch panel here, my fuse box. Let's take that off. Okay. I have nothing else connected to the truck, so I can go ahead and unclamp this. And let's take a look underneath here. Oh, yep. It looks like a hot mess under there. You guys see that? Something's going on. Looks dirtier than my ass after a 3-hour session with a $2 hooker. All right, let's put this aside. I'm going to go ahead and replace this piece too, since it came with it. It came with a brand new kit. I'm going to stick this on here, and I am going to try to make a tight connection by turning this clockwise until I get a good feel, until I can clamp this pretty tight. Nope, still loose. A little more this side right here. I need to turn it clockwise until I can clamp it pretty tight. That's pretty tight right there. Okay, so now that I know that's a good position to have it clamped, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest on here, which is my little doohickey stuff right here that came with it. It came with, oh, god damn it, came with long Allen bolts and a short one. The long one is for this double layer right here, the stack up. The short one is for the connectors that don't have stack ups, okay? So we're going to add washers, and we're going to go ahead and put this together here. Ooh, I can hear it sparking already. That's a good sign. That means we are having connections. I'm going to go ahead and Allen key this all the way down. You know what? I am going to go ahead and put this other side in here because I kind of want the hose to line up nicely. Let's go ahead and turn this one down. So the side that has the Lexus car harness, it's got a tab that's lifted. I should have bent it down, but let's see if it will squish down if I tighten this, what type of connection I would have. That looks pretty good. It's not going anywhere, folks. So my aux beam gang channel gets its own hole. That's what I don't like. I don't like people, you know, being selfish about not sharing holes with their best friend, if you know what I mean. Yep, I am into wild orgies, threesomes, foursomes, bestiality, you name it. I feel like we only live once, and then you die. So you guys have to try everything before you leave this earth, or else you will regret not knowing, even if it means shoving, you know, name brand kitchen appliances up your ass just to see how it feels. And my response to that is, don't knock it till you try it. It's awesome. Okay, so now that it works, we got everything in place. Okay, so let's go ahead and tie up the multimeter one more time and see if we're getting a connection. Okay, like our negative to negative post. Well, we're not getting a reading. Let's try different combinations. We're still not getting a reading. So what can it be, guys? Come on, you guys are GX owners. You guys are pretty smart. You guys can figure this out. What could be the reason why we're not getting a reading? Some of you guys guessed that we are still hooked up to the air fryer. Then you are probably 2 out of, I don't know, 16,000 that are smarter than the rest. So let's go ahead and get rid of our air fryer and hook it up to a real multimeter. Red to input, black to common. Okay, let's put it right here. Let's check it out, folks. Let's check out the battery post first. Red to red, black to black. We are getting 12.51, okay. Let's test the negative. 12.51. Now let's test the positive harness. 12.51. So we solved the issue. Let's go ahead and start the vehicle and see if it starts. All right, folks, let's cross our fingers. Bingo! Uh-oh. Well, whenever you disconnect the battery, it's always going to probably start on the second try, okay? It's relearning everything, trust me. And all your software and everything has to load and stuff like that. So the first try is never gonna really go through, and it's happened to me many times. Let's go ahead and start it one more time. There you go, engine stayed on. Let's look if any weird lights come on. We're good. Brake lights are on, car door lights on, perfect. We're getting the black screen on the navigation screen, which is completely normal. Software is loading. It will come back on in about 2 minutes. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and test the alternator now without disconnecting the negative terminal. Let's go ahead and test it with a multimeter and see what happens. Okay, so obviously with our engine on, our alternator is not going to read 12.5, right? It's got to bump up another volt or two. So we're going to expect it to be higher than 12.5. So let's go 13.5 to 14.5. There you go, 13.73, 13.74 fluctuating. Our alternator is good. We are done. Well, there you guys have it, solved until the next issue, and I'm gonna have to mic up for you guys again, whatever it may be. And that is so weird. It's my neighbor is from like a block away.
What's your name?
And I think he's yelling at me. Hey!
What's your name?
What's my name? Why don't you, what's my name? Why don't you come over here and ask me yourself instead of yelling from across the block? Hey!
What's your name?
My name is Bob!
What's your name?
Bob! What's your name?
My name is Phil!
Nice to meet you, Phil!
Fuck you, Bob!
What the fuck? Well, fuck you, Phil!
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck your mom!
Too late! I already did! That's so weird how he knows about my fetishes.